probably nobody alive today that's more emblematic of who and what Kentucky is than Ashley Judd. Born in Eastern Kentucky, she's with the judge, right, Winona, and her mother, Nammy, but they're real controlling, manipulative people, and so she's kind of just off in the side, goes to Hollywood. Has a screw loose, right? If you've seen the movie Bug, if you've seen the movie Bug, or if you've seen the movie with Luke, 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 whatever is the heartthrob from Beverly Hills 90210, Luke Perry. So the movie with Luke Perry, she's the it's not really acting. It almost seems like she lived that sort of fucking crazy ass life. So that's where it came from. It came from a very real source, and so I understand it. I understand that hardship. I understand that sort of type of struggle. And then she also has a sort of an irrational love for her home state. Gorgeous, beautiful. She loves UK, so we won't hold that against her. That is like a religion here. But U of L, Rick Pitino, he's got a strong following. Both programs don't really help Kentucky or Kentuckians out. They bring revenue in, so that's really all. I mean, that's important. Don't get me wrong, that's important. But in terms of actually elevating the Kentucky into, play on their team, or to bring that Kentucky into a point where they'll be making money professionally, they don't do that shit. They don't. That's not the important part. The important part is just winning, and that's all that matters. So again, Ashley Judd, very gorgeous, beautiful, right? Cute, with a cute face, cute little nose. Ashley Judd with a scab on the side of her face. She's worn out and rough, right? Driving a truck. August Mueller family. This is a cool little picture. It's got about, a million of them, million Muellers, including August and some of these other ones, and somehow some of the Gripshovers down the lines related to the Muellers. Just cool picture. They're all labeled, and it says, I guess, their age. It says how old they are, or maybe their ranking in the family. This is Felicity Marie Rao. Right, she was able to get a picture drawn of her, so it's a nice little picture, but sort of stenciled, so we don't really see what she really looked like. But it's a nice little portrait. This gentleman here is actually a Huckleberry Finn, Huck, Tom Sawyer type figure, right, with his hat and just kind of sitting around, not giving a shit, sitting on a buggy. But this is our Gripshover here. This is our, it says Ferd Gripshover, so I don't know how or where, but his last name is Gripshover, and he's chilling in this buggy. It's probably horse buggy. This guy's probably just freelancing, right, just chilling. Neighbors like, hey, how you doing there, a hard-working farmer? Can I hang around your strawberries and everything else? And maybe here's Ferdinand, Elizabeth Hellman, right? Elizabeth Hellman. This is the happiest day of Elizabeth Hellman's life, right? She's ecstatic. Cannot wait to be with Ferdinand Gripshover and have 57 kids with him, including Camillus, baby Camillus, which would be the last one actually, because his twin Loretta died. So Loretta is dead. His twin died like 3 or 4 years old. Here's I think the man is the one on the left. I think the one on the right's, I don't know, he's probably gay. He's probably a man dressed as a woman. Henriette Delphine Rao is probably, I don't see any feminine features. I mean, there's no like chubby cheeks, no real, long hair, right? But it's all bunched up, right? So there's no red lipstick, no rosy cheeks, no. What is this? This is disappointing. This is sad. Henriette Delphine Rao. This is what the rich people do, right? This is not good enough. And then Hyacinth Nicholas Durest Blanchett. It's the Hyacinthe. Hyacinthe. I'm going to say that's how I'm going to say it from now on. Hyacinthe. So you have Hyacinthe, right? So Hyacinthe, because his name was so hard to pronounce, he's like a fucking tyrant. He's a baron, right? The great Hyacinthe. He's going to be whispered in the same breath as Johann Bernard Gripshover, the great Johann, right? So Johann the Great is going to be usurped by Hyacinthe. Cynthia, just because people can't say his name, but it looks elegant, right? It looks Hyacinthe. Hyacinthia? No, just Hyacinthe. Okay, fine. Hyacinthe. How you doing, Cynthia? Nicholas Durest. No, you don't have to say the middle, all that. That's title, middle name, just my first. All right, Hyacinthe. Gotcha. Hyacinthe. And then Hyacinthe marries Henriette Delphine Rao. think they marry in America because the one on the left is going to be from Guadeloupe and the one on the right is from the island of France. So we have somebody that's from next to Africa, all sugar plantations, right? Ruling class, aristocracy, but one's from the coast of Madagascar off the side of Africa, and the other one is from the Caribbean, from the sugar plantations in the Caribbean in Guadeloupe. So they have completely the dodo bird, right? That's something that the Blanchetts, I don't want to put that at their feet, but it is part of their, they wiped out the dodo bird in the either the island of France or let's see, Maritanus or the other one, right? Bourbon Island. One of those islands, they wiped out the dodo bird. It was the only island that had any dodo birds after they got there dead, all wiped out. So they're genociding dodo birds. They were for African enslavement and slavery. You're dead on the inside if you're somebody else's slave. They're in favor of this type of oppressive rule. Do as the dictator says. We're the boss. You can even see it looks like an elegant sort of blah blah blah. Hyacinthe, Nicholas Durest, Blanchet, blah, blah, blah. Get the fuck out of here, man. So he had 890 plantation slaves on his sugar plantation, but eventually they go to New Jersey and get married. He looks and he buys a lot of land in Kentucky, but this is 1840s, 1830s, so you're going to have the Civil War. It's going to put a stop to all your plantation and enslaving schemes. Henriette Delphine Row. We should have known also his naturalization papers, basically. He knew somebody who knew somebody, and then all of a sudden he's a fucking citizen of the United States, right? So easy. Francis Mattern. I am Francis Mattern. Yes, I am strong and strong-willed, and I part my hair with a vengeance. Francis Mattern and Anton Phillip. So Francis Mattern, is that Kunkel? Anton Phillip Kunkel? Francis Mattern Kunkel. Where's Mattern coming from? That's her maiden name, Francis Mattern, so she's part of the Matterns too. Anton Phillip Kunkel. This is Anton Phillip Kunkel. That's his dad. That's his mom and dad. That would be Francis Kunkel's mom and dad. Okay, so Francis Mattern and Kunkel are from Germany, right? So this Francis Mattern, that's her mother. Francis Kunkel's mother is her. So you kind of see it in the face, right? The strong sort of I know what's up, but also sort of wore out, sad, serious. You have Francis Joseph, Austrian Emperor. The Maximilian de Moscow had to renounce his allegiance to Francis Joseph, the Austrian Emperor. So do not tell me that this man is your king. He is not your, what is it, the mustache? He probably uses like 17 ounces of whatever that orange stuff is, that wax. That sort of, that wax is, all that wax. Fred Kunkel. Francis Mattern. I like the hats. I like this old style hat here. Little cowboy hat, right? Everybody dressed all nice every time. George Anthony's fighting in World War One, right? So George Anthony marched proudly off to murder a bunch of the original Gripshovers, right, with the umlauted. So the American anglicized Gripshovers went to Germany and cut down as many umlauted German-speaking, Plattdeutsch-speaking Gripshovers he could. And Brueggemans and Bills and Leymans and Matterns and everybody else. Okay, so not his fault, but we got out to get away from conscription, maybe religious freedom, but now we're here. Not freedom, not free. Shut up with your German tongue. Get in line. Wear this little tie. Here's a uniform. Now go march. Probably off to die. World War One. Nobody knows really what it was fight for. I think it's fought for empire. After World War One, war wasn't glorious because people were dying. They were gassing people. They were searing gas, and they were just blowing gas and just like exterminating, lines and lines of grown, able men. Just warfare, right? It's war. We're allowed to kill willy-nilly, and it was trench warfare too. So it wasn't like, raiding and coming in and invading and going through them like crap through a goose. It was sort of inch by inch. If you could gain an inch today, gain an inch tomorrow. These are the front lines. Here's the line. Here's the next line. All for empire. George Kunkel with the mustache and the cowboy hat and the vest with the pockets. The buttons on the both side, one button, a button here, the vest, right? George Kunkel. Francis Mattern, Francis Mattern. I'm Fred Kunkel. I don't know why. That's Fred Kunkel, but this is Gertrude Lehman. She looks black too, right? She got kind of a big head, but she has sort of darker features, sort of blackish hair. I guess it's Greekish, but there seems to be a tint, right? There's a tint all across her face. They say she's German, but she has sort of a kind of bigger head, round head. It's not exactly what I think of as the boxy German face. So her features, she's pretty, fairly pretty for having a cantaloupe, having a head for a watermelon head. Not meant to be. It wasn't supposed to be a racial connotation. I don't know. Subliminally, maybe. I don't think so. What's round? What's a big round beach ball? No, I'm more familiar with watermelons. Give me a break. I wonder actually if out of all the cultures that I could be, in terms of what we eat, fried chicken, fried fish, fried this, fried that, Kentucky style cooking, right? Southern style type of cooking, Paula Deen. That's all comes from black culture. So if we want to sit there and say, are we German? Are we white? Are we Protestant, Baptist, Catholic? Are we, what nationality are we? If you don't want to accept what it is I'm saying, then what's the alternative? What's the alternative? And so actually when I look at sort of our actual habits, it seems like it's black culture. So when it comes to eating chicken, yes, the Gripshovers love their chicken. Comes to single mothers that have, old man is gone, or, sort of, I don't know. There's several similarities that I see with black culture and the Gripshover people. George Mattern. This is Francis Kunkel's mother's father, I guess. Here he is in the army with them silly pants, right? And that utility belt all the way up near his belly button. Is that a sword? A little sheath for a sword, and then a bayonet, gun with a big ass sword. You could stab somebody with it. And that hat, look at me. But it's scary, actually. He's going to go maybe die, right? Where's this at his farm? So he's leaving his farm and all his family to go possibly fight and die. Here's a whole slew of Gripshovers, right, with the bald heads, the shaved heads. This is a better, cooler, chiller, more, the other pictures seem like they was all being forced to smile, but here that seems more genuine. It's beautiful shot. The print is beautiful. The outside colors, they're very vibrant, right? You see their all their faces very clearly. The eldest one here, it seems like he's got a good head on his shoulder. he seems the most alert out of all of them. This guy, well, you gonna go ahead and take a picture? Okay. This is liking, yay, all cutified, all smiling without the teeth. Hey, look at me with the one eyebrow. Gripshover 2014. That's this year, so cool, fun. Hellman, right? So you see a clear picture of Ferdinand's face. Big ears, man. Gripshover got some big old ears. Parting the hair, kind of a square chiseled jaw, but a slender face. It's like an Abraham Lincoln face in a way. Or veering towards an Abraham Lincoln, not so sunken. He doesn't have the sunken cheeks, but there's the prominent cheekbones, but then the sort of the sunken face, right? The slender face. So I would say that's. Here she's. Well, I am hanging on to him. Henry II with George Anthony. So cool. George Anthony. This is Barney V. Hanging out with Henry II, so he knows that his father had died, so they kind of had to sort of raise themselves. Henry II had to find his own guidance and figure out the world on his own turf, and it's cool that George Anthony and Henry II were friends. So it only makes sense that the descendants of George Anthony and the descendants of Henry II are best friends. Best friends. Forever and ever. Henriette Delphine Blanchett, right? We already came across her. It's a colored picture, so it's bringing a little bit more rosy cheeks, but still, that's a man. That is a man. I don't know how she was able to bear so many kids with, having a penis. So I'm not for sure how she was able to accomplish this feat. You know, with her, she's got a chiseled jaw, right? Nice, slender, chiseled jaw, little tiny lips, sort of hair bunched up. Why the hair up there? You know, have it flowing, have it curly, or have it, you know, that's fine to have it bunched up, but have it all pulled back and bunched up so you can show your youthful face, but you don't really have a youthful face. So you need like a couple lines of hair kind of in front of your face, in front of your, maybe one or two lines of hair in front of your eye.